Can you be an alien to your own self? The short answer is yes. You can feel or try on being an alien to your own self. What it can mean: psychological alienation or dissociation. Feeling disconnected from your thoughts, body, and identity can happen with stress, trauma, and burnout. What it is. Dissociation is when your mind creates distance between you and your experience. It can feel like depersonalization. I don't feel real. I feel like I'm watching myself in a movie. Derealization. The world looks fake, dream-like, or distorted. Emotional numbing. I know what I should feel, but it's like the feeling is behind glass. Memory gaps or time loss. Difficulty recalling parts of events or feeling like time skipped. It's often the brain's defense mechanism, a way of protecting itself from stress, trauma, or overwhelmed by disconnecting. Causes or triggers: acute stress or trauma, like accidents, abuse, or sudden loss. Chronic stress or burnout, too much pressure for too long. Certain mental health conditions like PTSD, dissociative disorders, depressions, anxiety. Substance use like cannabis, alcohol, psychedelics, etc. Sleep deprivation, surprisingly common trigger. Why it matters: occasional dissociation, like zoning out during a boring lecture or while driving on autopilot, is normal. But persistent or distressing dissociation can interfere with relationships, work, and sense of self. 2. Existential philosophical alienations. Noticing that your values, habits, or life path don't match the person you think you are. Is a different creature from psychological dissociation. It's less about your brain disconnecting under stress, and more about the deep feeling of being out of place in life, society, or even within yourself. What it is. Alienation here means feeling separated from your own life. I'm living, but I'm not living as me. Feeling like a stranger in society. The culture, values, or norms around you don't match your inner truth. Feeling cut off from meaning or purpose. What's the point, or why am I here? Roots and philosophy. Karl Marx says, workers become alienated when they can't connect to the product of their labor, their creativity, or each other. Existentialists explored alienation as a human condition, being self-aware in a universe that feels indifferent or absorbed. Heidegger spoke of being thrown into existence. We didn't choose to be here, and that estrangement is built into life. What it feels like: you act out roles like job, family, society, identity, but you feel hollow. The scripts of society: study, work, buy, consume, retire, don't give real fulfillment. A sense of watching life go by while yearning for authenticity. Possible responses: authenticity. Existentialists say alienation is a signal to live more authentically, to align actions with your own values, not society's. Creativity. Channel alienations into art, writing, or new ways of thinking. Many movements were born from it. Connection. Even in alienation, humans long for genuine relationship. Sharing the feeling itself often lessens it. Acceptance. Thomas suggested that instead of fighting alienation, we can embrace the absurdity of life and still live fully. In short, existential alienations is less a disorder, more a philosophical wake-up call. It asks, am I living truly myself, or as an alien to my own existence? A playful experiment with being alien to yourself means you deliberately step outside your usual perspective, but without the heaviness of drama or philosophy. It's curiosity plus imagination plus creativity. Here's some playful ways to try it. Experiments to try. Alien anthropologists. Pretend you just landed on Earth and discovered you. Write a short field report describing your habits, clothes, room, or social life as if they were strange alien customs. Example: the creatures begin each morning by consuming a bitter black liquid called coffee before any meaningful interaction can occur. Third-person narrator. Spend a day narrating your life in your head like you're a character in a novel or game. Example: they pause at a fridge, turn between salad and leftover pizza, knowing their choices would shape their destiny. Reverse assumptions. Ask, if I didn't know what this object, habit, emotions was, how would it interpret it? Example: why do humans wear socks? Why do we celebrate birthdays once in a year? Mirrored conversation. Look in the mirror and greet yourself like you're meeting an alien ambassador. What would you ask this stranger's being who looks just like you? Creative alien diary. For 1 week, write 2 to 3 lines each night from the POV of alien me, inviting Earth through your body. Over time, you'll notice fresh insights about your routines and values. And why you think it's useful? Because it boosts creativity, great for writing, art, problem solving. Because it builds self-awareness. You see your life from an outside lens. Adds humor and lightness. Alien you won't take mistakes too seriously. Encourages mindfulness. Suddenly, even brushing teeth feels odd and fascinating. Why do people do alienation? Reasons: to gain perspective, see patterns you miss from outside. To test identity, try new roles without committing. And to heal, when guided, stepping back can show what needs change. Using the alien to yourself mindset as a tool to gain perspective is powerful because you're usually too close to your own routines and thoughts to see the bigger pictures. Here's how you can actually use it to spot hidden patterns. The alien lens for self-perspective. Number 1, your daily routine audit. Pretend you're an alien anthropologist. Write down your daily like you're studying an object, like wake time, first action, phone, stretch, coffee. Do you think those 3 would help you? Work, study, rhythm, then meals, social habits, evening wind down? As the alien asks, what does this routine reveals about creatures' priorities, energy, and mood? Emotional habits. Track how often you react with stress, joy, avoidance, or calm. The alien observer might notice this being says they value peace, but they check their phone 12 times an hour, creating constant unease. Language scan. Listen to yourself talk. Are you using I had to? Means obligation driven. Are you using I get to? Means gratitude driven. Are you using I can't? Means limiting. An alien would quickly flag contradictions. The last trick is the alien questions trick. Whenever you feel stuck, ask, if I were an alien with no knowledge of human customs, would I do this? Or, why not? Example, staying in a toxic relationship, the alien might conclude, strange, these creatures invest energy in someone who depletes them. So what happens? You catch blind spots. Habits don't serve you but feel normal. You uncover values versus actions gaps. What you want versus what you live. You start to see your life as a story. And once you see the story, you can edit it. Testing identities without locking yourself in. Think of it like identity role play, where you get to try on costumes without buying the whole wardrobe. What is useful? Let you experiment safely before making big life shifts. Help you discover hidden parts of yourself. Creative, confident, adventurous, etc. Breaks the fear of I must always be the same person. How to do it in alien-style identity testing. The mask experiment. For one day, pick a trait you don't usually express, like bold, patient, mysterious, playful, or exaggerated. It is if you're an alien, testing in this human identity. Example, today I play the role of the confident negotiator alien. See how people respond and how it feels inside. The alternative timelines. Write 2 or 3 minute stories about alternate me. What if you had chosen different career, hobby, or worldview? Alien report style in Universe B, the being pursued painting instead of accounting. They live with splatters on their hands and seem slower. Dress gesture shifts. Change one external thing. Clothing style, hairstyle, postures. Imagine you're testing how this human identity interacts with the world. Aliens would see how small surface changes affect social feedback. The micro commitments. Instead of I am a writer, athlete, leader, try today. I'll test what a writer, athlete, leader does. No lifelong commitment, just data collection. The role rotation. Rotate through identities weekly. This week, alien me, test minimalist human. Next week, adventurous human. Keep notes like an experiment log. These are the trick. Keep it playful. Write down your observations like a scientist. Identity tests. Bold you. Hypothesis, being more assertive, would change how coworkers react. Tada. What happened? How did it feel? Conclusions. Keep, drop, or twig. And last but not least, why people do it? Because to heal. When guided, stepping back can show what needs change. Exactly. Being an alien to yourself can also be a healing tool because stepping outside your usual perspective can help you progress emotions, trauma, or stuck patterns without being overwhelmed. How it works? Safe distance. By observing yourself as if you're an outsider, reduce the intensity of difficult emotions. Example, instead of I failed, you think this human being tried something and learned what doesn't work. Reframing past experiences. Looking at your own history from an alien perspective can help you see patterns and lessons without judgment. Alien me might notice this creature keeps choosing relationships that drain energy. Maybe it's time to experiment without boundaries. A self-gaining comparison. Gaining compassion for self. Observing yourself like a separate being often increases empathy and patience. You stop harsh self-criticism and replace it with curiosity. Breaking stuck loops. Sometimes we're trapped in repeated emotional and behavioral cycles. Alien perspective, a new lens to ask why this is happening. What options exist that I'm not seeing? Now here's are the healing exercises. Alien journal. Write about a painful or a confusing situation as an alien would describe it. The human is upset because the expectations collided with reality. Strange yet predictable behavior for this species. Third person reflections. Speak to yourself in the third person. Alex is allowed to feel anxious. Alex is doing their best. This gentle separates identity from emotions. Role play resolutions. Imagine alien you intervening in past conflicts or fears. What advice would this outsider give? And the creative expressions. Draw, sculpt, or write from an alien perspective. You'll often reveal subconscious feelings and insights that words alone can't capture. Here's a key point. The alien perspective doesn't replace therapy, but it's a low risk, playful way to see, understand, and soothe yourself. Imagining what an alien version of you could do to your daily routine to make it better. Think of it as a fresh, outside the box perspective on your life. The alien tweaks for a positive daily routine. Number 1, observe before acting. Imagining what an alien version of you could do to your daily routine to make it better. Think it is a fresh, outside the box perspective on your life. Alien tweaks for a positive daily routine. Number 1, observe before acting. Alien habit, pause 30 seconds before starting a task. Benefit, reduce autopilot stress, improves mindfulness. Example, instead of rushing into emails, take a moment to notice your mood and energy. 2, question all assumptions. Alien habit, ask why do humans do this way? Benefit, find smarter or healthier alternatives. Example, instead of the usual 3 cups of coffee, try herbal tea to test energy levels. The micro experiments. Alien habits, change one tiny thing daily to see effects. Benefit, sparks creativity and breaks boredom. Example, walk a different route, try a new breakfast, or swap your usual task order. The intentional breaks. Alien habit. Schedule 5 to 10 minutes. Scan the planet breaks. Benefit. Recharges focus. Improves mood. Example. Step outside. Stretch or just observe surroundings like a curious alien. To notice patterns. Alien habit. Track routines like a field report. Benefit. Spot time blinks, energy drains, or hidden joys. Example, log how long tasks take, or what triggers stress versus happiness. Sheer play and curiosity. Alien habit. Treat small chores as experiments or games. Benefit. Reduce boredom and increases engagement. Example, can I fold laundry faster than gravity allows? Or, what if I make my breakfast colors like a rainbow? Last but not least, to check emotional health. Alien habit. Ask daily, is my human self functioning optimally? Benefit. Build self-compassion and awareness. Example, notice tensions, fatigue, or excitement, then adjust the schedule accordingly. Key idea. The alien doesn't force big changes, just observes, experiments, and nudges. You return towards smarter, more mindful, and more joyful choices. Think of an alien as a gentle coach or a curious scientist rather than a strict commander. Its role is to notice patterns, test small tweaks, and suggest improvements, not to overhaul everything at once. How that looks in practice. Number 1, the observation first. The alien watches how you spend your time, energy, and attention. Example, this human spends 2 hours scrolling social media in the morning. Perhaps curiosity could be redirected. The micro experiments. Tiny adjustments instead of massive changes. Example, swap one scroll session with a 5-minute stretch or a short walk. Gentle nudges. Encourages smarter choices without guilt. Example, perhaps the human could drink water before coffee today. Let's see the effect on the energy. The mindful awareness. Observes emotional and physical states, helping you respond instead of react. Example, noticing tensions in shoulders, alien suggests a 2-minute shoulder roll. The joyful play adds curiosity and experimentations to daily tasks. Example, folding laundry while imagining sorting alien artifacts or trying a new recipe with a taste test experiment. The beauty of this approach, it respects your pace and keeps life playful while still nudging you towards smarter, healthier, and more joyful choices. So alienating yourself in this sense isn't about losing touch with reality. It's about stepping outside your habitual perspective to see your life more clearly. When you do this intentionally, it can be a big help in your daily life. These are the followings how it helps. Number 1, clarity and awareness. You notice patterns, habits and choices that normally go unseen. Example, realizing you spend too much energy on tasks that don't matter. 2. The mindful decision making. Seeing yourself from the outside allows you to choose actions rather than react automatically. Example, pausing before an emotional reaction instead of snapping in frustration. 3. The creativity and playfulness. Adopting an alien lens encourages experimentations and curiosity. Example, try new routines, hobbies, or ways of thinking without fear of failure. The self-compassion. Viewing yourself as an outsider reduces harsh self-judgment. Example, treating mistakes as interesting data rather than failure. The personal growth. Small nudges and experiments can compound into meaningful change over time. Example, testing one new habit a week and noticing how it affects mood, energy, and productivity. In short, being a little alien to yourself helps you live smarter, kinder, and more intentionally without needing an overhaul over time at once.